taking that basic Ford tractor and adapting them, making them four-wheel drive, putting tracks on them, that sort of thing. The Fords been made, about 270,000 of those are made over the years, an absolute cornerstone of the whole Ford tractor operation, such a successful and popular tractor, not least because they would always start. Lovely to see you, sir, thank you for bringing that. Nice to see with the implements that kid forage harvester on the back, and without telling you too many secrets, that lovely tractor would really know it when it had got that forage harvester going. Ford 4000 with the quickie loader. Good morning, Chris, nice to see you. Reversible plough on the back. That plough meant that you could go down the field and plough, then the whole thing tipped over and you came back straight onto your own work. Our grey Fergus again, 550,000 of those. Just look at how manoeuvrable, how user-friendly that was. They used to demonstrate them when new with a 12-year-old boy, and that was an incredible thing because it demonstrated how versatile, how easy they are. And with that plough on the back, the weight of the plough is transferred to the tractor. Good morning, Graham. Graham is very illustrious because he's the chairman of our local vintage tractor club, 100-odd members, and they're very much dedicated to using these tractors at all these different matches. Now Graham with probably, in my mind, the most famous tractor here today, that wonderful standard Fordson, only about 20 horsepower, but make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, that little tractor was what fed this country throughout the Second World War. Incredible to see. Our John Deere 60 next. John Deere, for those of you who don't know, are still an incredible force in tractor sales. They outsell everybody else by some margin. Our industrial 135 now, with that yellow prefix, so that was probably in a parks department or some municipal operation. Our grey Fergie with the fertiliser spreader on next, just coming past me. Lovely to see some of these implements. Good morning, sir, with your wonderful Opperman. Just look at the technology there. That front wheel does all the steering and all the driving. Very much the sort of thing you see on market gardens, etc. John Deere 3130, 95 horsepower, about, well, mid-1970s. A wonderful tractor in its day, let me tell you. And still they keep coming. Are we going to do this in half an hour? I'm a bit sceptical, but anyway, we're trying our hardest. Completely unrestored, the Ford 4000, straight off the farm this morning. Our Leyland Marshall 702. Nuffield was bought out by British Leyland, and that was the result. Made in Bathgate in Scotland, and quite a useful tractor and a popular tractor. David Brown we've already talked about. David Brown got bought out by Case, but before that they produced that 1490, which again was a popular tractor. This grey Fergie coming past me now is a diesel, so we know that's a bit later on in the story, probably around 300,000 of those. B250, a very, very popular tractor still today. I'm going to let you into a secret, ladies and gentlemen. We have a prize winner coming past me now. This absolutely stunning County 1164, so we know the 11.6 is 116 horsepower and 4 is the fact it's four-wheel drive. Probably the only tractor you're going to see today with two engines in it, in the sense that this Caterpillar has what they call a donkey engine. So you start it with a little engine, a bit like a lawnmower engine, and you absolutely rev the thing to death, and then it kicks in and starts the main engine. Caterpillar, of course, synonymous with incredible quality. We can trace them back to pre-war. In fact, this Caterpillar G2 coming past me now is a wartime tractor, and the Army Army needed a little adaptable tractor that they could fly into the theatre of war. Good morning, sir. What a privilege to see John with his beautiful Alice Chalmers. And again, unrestored, but we love the unrestored just as much, every bit as much as the restored, because they all have a story to tell. That is very much a wartime tractor just coming past me now. Here's another rarity because we have a Zeta. Now Zeta was introduced into the UK. They were an incredible company, Czech origin, Czechoslovakia. Synonymous really for very good quality tractors, quite innovative. They suffer with the unfortunate history that the only reason that Hitler ever invaded Czechoslovakia was to get hold of the Zeta armaments work. After the war they obviously changed into a tractor manufacturer. McCormick Deering again, this is part of the huge international harvester in a massive industrial conglomerate in America. The W4, very much a byword for quality really, innovative, cleverly and well built, and a very substantial tractor. And then we come on to the BWD, and BWD, the B stands for British. Another Opperman, again, to have two here is a real treat. Wonderful to see, thank you. Perhaps we could organise a race between our two Oppermans. No, we're not going to do that. Now here's another treat for you, ladies and gentlemen, because ultra rare, the wonderful David Brown 2D. Quite a dainty, diminutive little tractor, but it's designed like that specifically so that when you're working in the field, in crops, before the advent of agrochemicals, you had to hoe the weeds out of the crop. And the wonderful thing about this magical little tractor is that you could see what you were doing. You didn't want to hoe all the cabbages, you wanted to hoe the weeds. So that, I think, with 5 minutes to spare, how about that?